according to OSHA.gov, between 10,000 and 50,000 cases of Legionnaire disease. It is a little hard to pronounce right there, but they're reported each year. It's a rare type of pneumonia caused by bacteria. Dr. Harold Katner joins me from Navicent Health to talk more about the disease and to continue our Health Week discussion. So thank you so much for being on and talking to us about this. You actually told me earlier this is pretty rare. I mean, Middle Georgia hasn't seen too many cases.
No, but we probably miss cases. I think we've had 2 outbreaks, where we've had more than 2 or 3 cases since I've been here that we know of. And but we've never been able to tie them all together, like to see where they came from. Like sometimes as you read, it's sometimes in cooling towers, air conditioning units. They live in the water, warm water. And so when we get a case, we notify the health department, and they go around taking all the cases, trying to see if there's anything in common. For instance, there was one shopping center it was a food store years ago that was aerosolizing the organism. When you go in there and they spray the fruit to keep them wet, and that's how that outbreak occurred. I believe that was probably somewhere in New Orleans, but it's been a long time. But so we look for sources like that, and but if they don't find a source, they just report them to the CDC without any connection. So
what are some of the symptoms of this disease? What are people when they get it? What do they? How does it look, or what do they do? What happens?
They can get fever, they get muscle aches. Sometimes it looks like the flu, so it kind of throws us off when we first see these cases. It can make them confused, so they come in and have an altered mental status. So when you see this, and then you look for signs of pneumonia when you see anybody or other signs of infection, and they may not have a lot of shortness of breath at first. Eventually they will get shorter breath. So you look for basically what you see with normal pneumonias or cases of pneumonia. And since it can even look like other types of pneumonia, the chest x-ray, unless we look for it, we test for it, we probably miss it, because we treat them for it every time somebody comes in for pneumonia. We're recovering Legionnaires as well as other causes of pneumonia.
Speaking of treatment, what type of treatment can you use for this particular disease?
Well, we have antibiotics. The most common one, what we now use, is called azithromycin.
Okay.
And that drug has excellent activity against the organism. Erythromycin was something we used to use in the past a lot. But it's, again, it's usually covered when we bring somebody in for treatment, even for any type of pneumonia. So again, unless we look for it specifically, because they have other findings, like if they may have kidney issues and they may have blood problems that tell us that it just may not be a typical type of pneumonia, then again we start looking for it.
So unless we have a lot of bacteria contaminating our water sources, then we don't really need to be worried about this too much, do we?
No, the outbreaks vary. They live normally in amoebas, free-living amoebas, and you get the thing in the soil as well as in water. So it's typically, that we know what it is. We try to, if we have an area of like a hot water, you call them things for hot water in the house, those things can harbor it too. But if we turn the temperature up high enough, it kills them. Perfect.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Katner, for coming in and talking to us about this disease. OSHA.gov also says if you have an infection that occurs, disease symptoms usually appear within 2 to 10 days. Stay with us.